Episode 25 of the Strawberry and Lizette Mexican Ginger podcast is another edition of unreleased audio. These are outtakes or clips, I find. Some segments where Lizette and I were just talking while the microphones were recording. These have not made it to air or any podcast yet, so they are unreleased audio. We'll talk to you after the holidays. Thank you for streaming and for following us on Instagram at Strawberry and Lizette and for watching all the podcasts on our YouTube page. It's podcast time.
It's the Strawberry and Lizette Mexican Ginger podcast, not suitable for a younger audience.
I saw a TikTok with this girl who pretended to that her car wouldn't start, and her boyfriend was in the passenger seat, and she's like, "It's not starting," and he's like, "What the hell did you do?" And she was like, "I didn't do anything. I got out, I put in the Christmas gas, and now I got back in and I was singing and now it won't start." He's like, "What do you mean the Christmas gas?" She's like, "Yeah, the limited edition Christmas gas that's out there, the green one." And he was like, "What?" And she was like,
Diesel. Are you kidding me?
She was like, "Yeah, the limited edition Christmas gas. I used that one because it's like Christmas time. Like, hello.
Yeah.
That's why it's there." And he was like, I forgot what her name was, Kendall or something. Kylie.
Chloe.
No.
Kim. Courtney.
Kendall. Gosh, so fucking stupid. Oh my God. Tell me you're joking right now. She was like, "What? Why are you yelling at me?" And then the video cut out.
That's probably one of my biggest fears. I'm so glad I'm not like with an airhead or with just like a dumbass. Like one of my biggest fears is that either like one of my kids or like one of my nieces are just a dummy, like just an airhead, like a dummy, like a dumb. Like how do you not like what like what's that trick? How much is the premium air for my tires?
Oh yeah.
The mechanic charged me $50 to put premium air in my like what? What?
Yeah.
Like you don't know like normal shit? Like
That's funny.
I couldn't be with somebody that's stupid.
I know someone that's stupid.
Really?
Yeah. The Brooklyn.
From Salinas?
Yeah.
I figured. Yeah. He's got to be like that guy.
That's not a child.
He's been in this thing for years. I remember watching him in commercials when we were in Seattle. He probably like shaves right before they go on. It's like, hold on. Get rid of the stubble.
I noticed shaved this morning. He was like bleeding on his neck right here. I was like,
bro, is this your first time? Oh, that's his son? That's got to be his son.
What? Whose son?
Those two. Oh, are they not related? Oh, that's another thing I had. Oh my God. Okay, so for Thanksgiving, we get in.
I'm so scared what this story's going to be because of what joke this just came out of that sparked this conversation. Okay.
I don't want to say victim. I was a recipient of reverse racism or reverse
racism
stereotype. So we get invited to this Thanksgiving. We're in Seattle, my fiance and I. We get invited to this Thanksgiving.
Do I know them?
Yeah.
I think I know who it is. Okay.
At these friends of ours, right?
Yes.
They happen to be African-American family. And so I can say names. So Danielle is a black woman who married a guy named Jesse, white dude. So we're friends with both of them, right? We go to Danielle's family's house. So when we're there, it's all black people, Jesse, the husband, my fiance who's Mexican, and me, Irish. And so this dude comes in, he's doing the introduction, black dude comes in, doing the introduction, He goes, "Hey, you must be friends with Jesse." And I go, "Who?" I'm like, "Jesse." And so, because I call him by his nickname, I don't call him Jesse. I'm like, "Jesse?" And he goes, "Oh, who are you here with?" I'm like, "We're friends with Danielle and her husband." "Oh yeah, Danielle and Jesse. So yeah." He goes, "Oh, okay, yeah." But he goes to the white guy and he goes, "Oh, you're probably here because of the white guy. You know the other white guy."
Yeah.
Whereas if I went to like a black guy, I'd be like, "Oh, you probably know the black guy." He reversed racism to me. It was, and I know he caught himself doing it.
I think it's just a educated assumption.
Right. No, I get it. I get it, but I've never been on the receiving end of that. He's like,
So how did it feel?
Odd. Oh, there's a white guy in this black house. You must be here because you know the white guy, the other white guy.
Do you want to hear?
I forgot to bring that up on the last podcast.
I saw this video because you're talking about what the heck? Listen to this guy, dude. Andrew Schultz.
Schultz.
Schultz. Do you like him?
Yeah, he's a comedian. He's funny.
Okay.
He's got a weird ass haircut.
This video was so funny. I know, he looks like Hitler.
He's got a weird, and he's been rocking that haircut for about like 6-8 months now.
He has a weird haircut and then a weird mustache, and I was like, why do you look like Hitler?
Hardcore German.
Right?
He looks hardcore German.
Okay, anyway,
right.
So here we go. Let me start it over.
Women are really upset that the trans women are like competing in women's sports with them. But I'll be honest, like, I can't wait for the day when trans women completely replace women at women's sports. That's my dream. I have a Martin Luther King dream that one day trans women completely replace women at women's sports. And then women will know what white people went through when we let black people play sports. That shit difficult, ain't it? That's why we have no sympathy for you ladies. We hear you on the news like, how can we win? They run faster and jump higher. We're like, oh, I wonder what that is like. I wonder. That must be so difficult to have a group of people that run faster and jump higher now competing against you. And now you can't play for the Knicks and drop 40 every single fucking game.
That's funny.
We were like, what should we do? We're like, learn accounting like us, bitch. The fuck? Switch your dreams up a little bit. Keep it real with your kids. You gotta keep it real with these white kids, bro. These white kids don't know yet. There's little 7-year-old white kids out there that are like, I want to be a running back when I get older. Tommy! You're Irish.
Aw. So also,
You're Irish.
Going back to that.
Anyways, that's what that reminded me of.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Going back to that Thanksgiving.
Oh, I thought you were done.
No, it just reminded me. So they did how do you say grace? Do you when and if you ever say grace? How do you do it?
What do you mean?
Do you ever say grace?
I mean, I think we do on Thanksgiving.
Right.
My mom does it. We all
She
just,
like leads a prayer.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Okay. So I've had those. So growing up,
we sit down, close our eyes, bow our heads, and someone talks.
Right. Typical grace, right? Yeah, there's that. Or there's like a bless us, O Lord, and these I guess, which we are about to receive from by thy bounty, the Christ, the Lord, amen. Like the typical thing
we
you
don't
learn.
do that. My mom just kind of makes it up.
Right. Just freestyles. But that's like the typical one you learn like in Catholic school growing up. So anyway, we're at this Thanksgiving and everyone's like standing up, like surrounding all the food in the kitchen and stuff like that. And then the mom goes, okay, let's bow our heads and pray. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. And there's a song that everybody knows except me and I think my fiance. But like everybody, like 20 people all know this one like prayer grace song.
I've never heard of a song
It's
before.
a song, and I don't know. I don't want to say it was a black thing, but like I've never heard of this before.
Did the white husband know the song?
I didn't look over and check him out, but he's been in the family for like 10 years. He probably knows. But it was kind of like, bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts, which we are about to receive.
So the prayer was turned into a song.
Turned into a song.
That doesn't sound like a black people song, by the way.
Right. But like, and
Sounds like a white people
it
church
wasn't the
song.
same words, but it was pretty much the same words, but a song
I
that
see.
everybody knew. I'm like, where did this song come from? I went to the Catholic school for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years. 12 years I went to Catholic school. Never once did we have a grace song that we learned.
That's weird.
Yeah. So you don't do a grace song?
No.
Have you ever been to, well, in the other Thanksgivings you've been to?
No.
Have they ever done a grace song?
I've only been to a boyfriend's Thanksgiving one time, and it was like a friendsgiving. Like it wasn't a family thing.
Yeah.
And then the Thanksgivings that we had when I lived in the South, it also was not like a big deal. Like it wasn't a lot of people. Literally us that lived in the house is who we had Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
And the food was cooked hella early, and then the mom was like, all right, y'all, I'm done. Like,
Have at it.
Yeah, have at it. Like,
Huh.
and everyone just did their own thing. I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, nobody sang.
I don't know. I should call up Danielle, and be like, hey, do you know your cousin singled out the only white guy in the whole house and said, oh, you're probably here because you know the other white guy. I should be like, hey, you know your cousin did that to me? It was weird. I caught him doing it too. And I'm like, oh, that's
Was
probably...
he like, oh, my bad?
A little. Well, he didn't say, oh, my bad, but I could see in his face. He goes, oh, you know Danielle. Oh, you're here because the... Oh, okay. I see him get uncomfortable. I'm like, oh, that's how white people get.
Why didn't she say like, oh, why? Because I'm white.
I was thinking about it.
You should have. That would have like broke the ice. He would have been like, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I know why. But when he said Jesse, I'm like, Jesse, because I call him by a nickname.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm here because I know Jesse. I'm like, who's Jesse? I'm like, oh, no, I'm with Danielle. Like Danielle invited us.
That's funny.
Yeah. Just out here profiling the white guy. Okay, so I was at the Kraken game in Seattle, and there's like a backstage, right? Underneath the arena where we go is all our dressing rooms and stuff. And so there's a band, right? There's a band called Red Alert. And they're the drum line, tubas, like there's a band in the arena, right? And so me and one of my producers, we're walking towards Red Alert. Red Alert's walking towards us. And I'm like, yeah, Red Alert, go out there, have a good show, Red Alert, right? So I'm cheering on the band and the drum line. And then everybody's walking past me, and then at the end is like 3 drummers. But they're like way in the back, right? Like they're lagging. And so I go, oh, of course. I didn't mean it this way, but I said, oh, of course, percussion, taking it up in the rear.
What?
And then they go, yeah. And I go, wait. No, I didn't mean taking it in the rear, but like you're taking like up the, like I couldn't. And by this time, they're long gone. But I'm like, no. I didn't mean you're taking it up the rear.
They probably were like, yeah,
right.
Who's this gay guy back here?
But I yell it down the hall. Yeah, go Red Alert, go Red Alert. Of course, the percussion always taking it up the rear. And I go, no. I didn't mean it like that. And the entire time, and so my producer's cracking up. The entire time I'm walking, I'm like, no. What's it called? Like, it's not doing it up the rear. It's not, but there's a up the rear expression.
Like a saying.
And I'm like, what's the expression? She goes, I'm not telling you. I'm just going to let you fluster. I'm like, it's not doing it up the rear. It's finally bringing up the rear.
Bringing up the rear?
You've heard the expression bringing up the rear?
No.
No? It means just that. Like, you're the last person. You're bringing up the rear.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I get it.
So I meant like, hey, Lizette, you're bringing up the rear. But what I said is, you're taking it up the rear. And I noticed, the guys, it's not what I meant. They go, we have to go perform now. What are you talking? So
with nothing in our rear, nothing is going up our rear.
Just want to make clarification.
Our
Also,
rears are empty.
So I have a question. This may sound dumb.
What? Does that have to do with the rears?
No.
Okay.
But I saw it at the airport today coming back from Seattle. You've seen those people with like hats that say like Vietnam veteran or like U.S. Army retired. Where do they get those hats?
I don't know.
Honest question.
They're probably sold at like random, like, what's it called? Those stores that just sell like random shit. Or maybe Goodwill.
But you see so many of them that'll say like, U.S. military retired, and it'll have like their rank, their bars on it, or like.
What if they're like custom from Etsy or something?
I don't see all these veterans.
I don't know. I've never like. What if they're sold at military stores? But like, what business do we have going into military stores? We just never go in there.
That's a great point, because I brought it up because we always see the same like Vietnam veteran hats. We can all picture like a Vietnam veteran hat, right? So at the airport, this guy had a cowboy hat, a dark cowboy hat, and it said, I think it said Vietnam veteran on it, and he was wearing like a U.S. Navy t-shirt. But I'm like, I've never seen a cowboy hat. And I'm thinking, where do you go? Because they're not at Target. They're not at the mall. You probably have to order them through the military. You can't, like, where would you get a hat that says, and you probably have to prove that you served.
What if like when you retire, they're like, all right, bring one article of clothing to get embroidered or something. Kind of like how they do here at the station. They're like, hey, if you want an I Heart shirt or something with the station logo, like bring us whatever jacket you want. Like, what if it's that?
Could be because my
But
dad.
that sounds too lax. Like this is the
It's
military.
the government, right? They should
Yeah.
be doing something. Because my dad was in the Navy. He never wears any like Navy stuff, Navy hoodies or sweatshirts or hats. Never wears anything like that. My cousin was in the Marines recently, so maybe I'll ask him.
I don't
like,
know.
dude, where
What
do you
if
guys
when you
these
get out,
hats?
they give you like a basket of goodies?
Maybe. But they weren't handing out baskets of goodies after the Vietnam War. Right? I mean, they weren't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They weren't like going away presents. I saw the cowboy hat. I'm like, dude, I've never seen a cowboy
But that's what
hat.
I'm saying. Like, what if it's like when you get out of like the military?
Ask,
Yeah, I can.
yeah. Be like, hey, man, where y'all get those, like...
Where did these hats
where
come
y'all
from?
where the hats come from?
I've never seen them at Target.
You probably do have to go order them from base or something like that. Like somewhere like the average civilian like you and I like wouldn't go shopping or wouldn't know where it is.
They probably are on base
Yeah.
at like the commissary or something.
Yeah.
No, that also sounds too lax.
Really?
At the commissary, that's like a.
Or what do they call
Fucking
the
Walmart.
PX? So they call it the PX?
Isn't that the same thing?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
See, this is why I don't have. But anyway, that cowboy hat threw
and you
me.
think you could land a plane?
If anybody knows where the Vietnam veterans get their Vietnam veteran hat,
Go and Google it.
let us know. I'm just genuinely curious. It threw me when I saw that today. Instagram at Strawberry and Lizette. And I saw a man walking by.
And I give up forever to touch you.
Oh, he's got a weird like what are those things called? Like
Mustache?
Merry Christmas to everybody. Like what are those things called? Not just regular mustache.
Who?
Like an Ebenezer Scrooge mustache.
Who?
Harvey. Watch when they show him again. Like his mustache is that old like Ma Christmas goose, huh? Watch. Hold on.
I like that they're drinking Corona. It makes me want to have a beer.
Who are? Oh, I almost got a little buzzed before coming in today. We were at Burgers and Brew, and then was like, "Do you want a drink?" I'm like, "Nah." I'm like, "Wait, you're driving?" I'm like, "I'll have a little drink with, get a little old fashioned
You know what I
before
saw?
before work and go in with a little buzz."
I saw a TikTok that Trader Joe's sells these little. This girl was like, if you want to get a nice little buzz on, but you don't want to like drink all that liquid, get these little cans from Trader Joe's. They're little cans of like, it's like a espresso martini is one, and then some like lemon honey. I can't tell.
Watch,
He turned
when
to the side.
when he goes forward.
And then there's some other like lemon-y drink that you can get. And they're these little cans that she says are like, get the job done for not having to drink a lot.
All right then,
I was like, I should find them and then we should try them on our next podcast.
we should. Come on, show Harvey with his Ebenezer Scrooge
We've been
mustache.
sitting here for like 5 minutes.
Oh, and then his hands are over his face.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
This is the longest we haven't seen Harvey Levin on his own show.
Guess who's coming to dinner? All right, let's
All right.
get going.
Okay. Of course. And then there's a clean shaven guy. Just go to Harvey. That dude's been on TMZ since the beginning. See, oh, that's a bad look. Look up, Harvey. Just take
Look
my
up,
word for
Harvey.
it. There
Say
you go.
cheese.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Now you see it. Once we start recording, there you go. See? You're going to be
You know what
visited
that
by
is?
ghosts of Christmas past.
He has the same mustache as the soldier in Jumanji. Like,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Jack
Yeah.
Black?
no, that wasn't Jack Black.
Yeah, but he's got that like...
It's like just like this.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, yeah.
like he's gonna have a shootout at the OK Corral. Like he's the
Oh, what did Tom Cruise ever do to you?
I don't know.
Oh, that's Tom Cruise right there.
In the middle, yeah.